You wake up. Day 2, the attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories? Premonitions? You lie in bed and stare at the ceiling, thinking about the secret that you discovered while tasting Colonel Sanders' cooking yesterday. You can't believe it was really a progressive soup mix. And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because you had already something about trust. So, sure. That makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter of the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know that might sound a little strange, but it might be. I think I might like Clank. Like him? You mean like? I know it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him I like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in high school? No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, he was so popular that they voted him prom king at the school he didn't even go to. And it was also was also the convertible that he himself rode in the front of the homecoming parade. I'm thinking maybe something got lost in the pressure cooker language translation there. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. You're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. I'm sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't you be into that? Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at implications that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? However, you don't tell her that you know a second secret ingredient too, which you discover on your own. Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure that you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices, secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created for super duper rare dried flower petals, and if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice. He even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, I cooked with him. A very strange feeling came over me. The flavor was unlike anything I've ever tasted. I think you're being a very liberal with the meaning spices here. Whatever. Anyway, we both shared an interest of cooking, so we've stayed in touch, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about this new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe. Besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt there'd be much use to anyone. Please, 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 please! I would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. Okay. What do you think? I'm gonna make up a fake ingredient. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know, it was I've Newt. I know, sounds like some sort of witch's potion, but what can you do? I have Newt, wow! Her eyes light up in imagining such a thing. You figure that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone. You can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask to confirm that she is definitely not texting secret ingredients to people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes, cherry blossoms fill the air. Oh my god. What a dreamy man. It's Colonel Sanders and is arriving at school. Okay. Yeah. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without ever acknowledging that he's been being watched, He does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creature gently in its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. You are so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horseful beaut you have. I mean, what a horseful beaut you have. Dang it, that's not what I just said. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. Oh, Nerde just gets really nervous around people they like. What? That's not helping. I mean, they got food poisoning and we're all up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. She gives you a wink and smile as if to say, situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you see that your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way, they're hiding. You know that must be really bad. Like counterfeit recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning demons bad. You try to peek over on Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this.
Yeah, why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey?
Tell me, stop acting immature. Act like you're not interested in them, but really try to get a closer look. You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van mutter something and sound like magical spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping and you try to cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset them.
Oh, you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You've make the rules?
I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you.
Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache.
It doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book. It's just like the one you found after your encounter with Spork Monster. It's the same book I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back.
I don't know what you're talking about. That book is in my family heirloom, and its contents are a secret.
You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall. They're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch him with his mouth.
We're playing!
Before you can dig any further, you're interrupted by a arrival of a student. It's almost time for class. Beep, beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey! Watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Bzz, bzz, whap.
Who do you think you are talking to? I've never been heard such language, not even from a stain mixer. Whap, whap.
No, your mother is a stand mixer. Van Van jumps to attack Clark, but Clark shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the classroom.
Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazy men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them.
Ashley's tone is completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyes at the Colonel Sanders. Surely, he knows that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourself. Save it for the arena, at least. Or don't. Honestly, I don't care. I've got a lofty career of aspirations to focus on.
Maybe I can help you with your business plan.
Just then, Sprinkles arrived to signal the true start of the class today. He's panting and doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, and he's also a dog.
Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town. My tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope that you're ready to learn.
Rub his furry belly, dog belly. He loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom.
Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention in class, really you do. Whoopsies. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was the chicken who was first signed his name.
But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss the most important parts. When it come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you.
Now, today,
Naturally, this appears to be a sample platter. Which do you want to sample? A glass of water, a shimmering pepper, or a dog biscuit? A brightly colored pepper stands out from the others, and it sparkles in the most eye-catching way, and naturally you reach out and grab it and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend, ooh, this guy again. I'm here to give you an important message. Ooh, you must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying, to fulfill your destiny, all you must do... Sorry. I think there's still some spice stuck in my throat. It's fine. I'll work through... to fulfill... the prophecy... You feel yourself being regained to consciousness. Oh, man. You come to and find everyone staring at you.
The pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever.
You think to yourself, geez, I should pay more attention. We all make mistakes. I'm pretty sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim. Your rivals make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch we prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Demand they stop wasting everyone's time. Step up and tell them you're on. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down, then so be it. I'm not a fool. You're the fool.
Good one, Van. You like your gumption, nerdy.
I'll be watching a performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness.
Now, students, please settle down. This is the lunchroom, not the sports court.
Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief.
At least not until we turn on the timer.
Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, "Timer ready."
That's what I'm talking about.
Aroo! You stand corrected. I stand corrected. Either way, the hard way builds solidity. The hard way builds solidity and a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone is wondering. I hope it's not a message. I hope it's message lifts you to victory.
I like a diamond, I was forged under pressure, and now it's my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself.
You had his chicken, and you made his mashed potatoes and gravy in one day. And you were feeling like you really impressed him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast, the timer's running out. You're forced to pick randomly. Oh shit, okay. What temperature is wild boil at? Oh, 100 C. Okay, that's right. But how would you have even gotten into the school without knowing that? That's a fair question, I guess.
Winner gets to rub my furry belly.
I'm sorry, that's Ashley's voice.
Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Like, that's enticing often motivates you.
You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices does he use? Say he used 11. He said he used 11. That's right. Now, okay, I'm sorry. I need to readjust. It's gotten tense all of a sudden. Now, you might not know all the ingredients, but at least you're aware that he's heading in the right, whatever.
Tail wagging intensifies.
Now, you've got some basic steps going. It's time to elevate your craft. What is the state of mind that offers the most flavor? Gratitude. Oh, okay. Sure, I don't know. That was a good guess. That's right. You must never take an opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day, you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now, what would be a great time to harness that energy so that it would come from? A small town dreams unsheltered. This one! Oh, okay, sure. This is your shot, and you're not going to miss it. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is sonic success? Silence. That's right. Okay, cool. When the taste you're cooking there will be so taken from it that they'll be unable to speak. You notice that Colonel Sanders is out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Nerd A. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you make you totally forget that you're doing what? Now all I can think of is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it take to... no! I'm back in the competition. Okay, cool. You're standing in the deserted island and it's only one dessert book. Which would you take? What a hunk. I know, right? Okay.
You know what? Shouldn't you be more focused on the challenge? You're falling behind.
Sorry, this one. Sure. What does it have to do with crafting his pit? Okay, shit. Oh, woof woof. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating the elements in their colorful complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into the stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes! Oh, zzz. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in the kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing personal touch. Might not have any hands, but Nerd A does. It's a good chef needs to touching the dough to know. Okay. There's an easy way and a hard way, and you don't get far by doing it the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize the serious error was. You immediately shove your hands into the mixer and rescue the dough before it's overmixed. Oh. You're not fast enough, your hand gets stuck and immediately crushed by the spinning baiters. There's no way you'll be able to make your hand... use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. No, what is going on? What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult.
Everyone stop what you're doing right now. The battle is over.
It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish.
Sweetheart, you look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Hey, too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No. It wouldn't be fair to compare two on account of Nerd A's injury.
You see Sprinkles begins to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish.
But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, I'm prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Under the white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide variety of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes so good, it tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Nerd A to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring the creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult.
Colonel Sanders,
if you wouldn't mind lending your strong, steady hands.
Colonel Sanders pours a hot chocolate sauce all over the top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing ingredients hidden within. Jesus, how does she have time for this? Anyway, inside you find difficult fried cheese. What? Delicate fried cheese. Either way. Croquette, atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream, 2 A's, tender nougat, and a pearl blueberry gelato. What is this? Is this like the greatest British Bake-Off or something like that? Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce.
Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you, hee.
He places the sauce-covered finger into his lips. Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel. Put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. Whatever. Your rage burns intensely within your eyes and bursts into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire into ash, and they fall off your face, which means that people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Oh, man. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run to the quad alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and decided to get married. Won't even ask you to cater to the wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from a devastating loss, but your run-ins with the mixer and that small fire. You should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. Okay. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? It's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in a culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, and motivated. Well, handsome for sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths. I've arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but failed as an obstetrician? Okay. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I failed as a mule handler. That was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sound like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I've ever had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside him. A burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as the moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. A battle scarred from the night before. You prepare for the worst. It's the Spork monster. Borgo! It is I! I know I said I wouldn't be back. And after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I think that it's having to always look over your shoulder. Lots of problems, am I right? Thanks, Porco. I'm glad that there's no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark in the night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. Wasn't always a spork monster, you see. I don't believe it. Were you a human once? Well, no. I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student one day. Until one day, some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook? Precisely! I procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way, I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and you shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I will be there. It sounds like there's some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Nude, together I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway so we can discuss. A personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must look like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Oh, wow. Well, then that's just romantic. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live in such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. That was supposed to be me. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been Oh, shit. Shit, there was a question, but whatever. Well, there is something. A side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. Not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Does it happen to be mac and cheese? Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what the dish might be describing. Oh, maybe not. Okay. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy, perhaps both. Do I keep it a secret or reveal it? Now that you've gotten him in the right where you want him, you should reveal your new creation with him or keep it a secret just for you. Well, there should be no secrets between me and Sanders. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive headfirst. You reach into your lunch bag with a special dish that you've been keeping ice all day. I present to you... Oh, coleslaw. All right, my original coleslaw. Hey, that's nice. I didn't know that KFC had coleslaw. I guess it does. Anyway, the shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway. Magnificent. Together, you chow down on the extremely creamy slaw until the spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. Okay. You could offer to make him more, but he seems very sentimental of a kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be a perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look at closer. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotion. Tap on an item. Whoa! That's great. Okay. To discover more about the Colonel. All right, let's look at the safe. Must be where he keeps his secret recipe. Think for a moment the number is important to Colonel. Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the tile to 111111, safe opens. Inside you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? Okay. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Wow. All right. An adorable little boy crawls across the floor from the goatee and mustache combo he sports. You figure this must be the Colonel Sanders himself. That or maybe a drumstick that he seems to be moving around like a rattle. Okay. Who frames a baby picture just for themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face of a logo of a company that they founded, am I right? Tap on an item, discover blah, blah, blah. What's this? Oh. Take a closer look at the large urn sitting next to the pedestal. There's a plaque and it's dusty. But when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. Oh, that's weird. Oh! You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of signature white suits hanging from it. Take one off the hanger and try it on. Jacket's a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable, and you give yourself a deep hug, breathing his scent. They say that home is where the heart is, and is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on. He wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket! Forgot to take it off. Decided it's now your moment to make the big move. You tell him you're cold. You fess up and tell the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too. But I'm concerned. I can't let anything get away in my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take the jacket off and run to the door. But the thought of leaving the Colonel amidst such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Norday? I honestly think this might be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift into the slumber. Dream sequence. Look at all these freaking images. Okay. You wake up in the morning, Colonel Sanders' sleepy hideaway. Did you make the right decision in how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will tell. Today is the day that could change the rest of your life. Your thoughts are interrupted by when Colonel Sanders emerges from the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. Okay, it's just chicken and a biscuit. Is that breakfast? I don't know. It's me delicious. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting for you to ask you whatever. He's asking the question. So, would you say that they're a perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Ah, such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift of cockery? Take him down a peg. Flatter him. You know, I think we might be a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I now can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking about you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion, confused by your feelings. You're now on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you could find is to run out the door and go home. There's still one more day of school. After all, the university's cooking school academy of learning waits one more. Waits for no one. No one's waiting. You get home and find something very surprising. Your best friend is waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of one night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something happened to you. It's okay, but now it turns out you're fine and I can finally get to spend this. I can speed you up the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I had been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just so interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. And so I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know a little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me into skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did you just say skydiving? As if that's a typical first date to go on with talking about pressure cooker? With a talking pressure cooker. With a talking pressure cooker. With a talking pressure cooker. And now, I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story. However, bottling up the details of your own nights is too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection wowzes. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. What? That's so upsetting. Rude. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agreed to go your separate ways. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with Sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat.
You can get a swirly dip, too.
Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person in this school.
There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school. But who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature?
You've got some nerve, Nerde, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. No, you're twisting my words. I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well give up. I never give up, ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears that you are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that everything has been going on. What? Okay. Is everyone excited about the final day of school? Nerde, how is that hand feeling? I'm sure that you'll be back to fighting for me this afternoon.
Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard.
Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her?
But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce?
I was clear that you were passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me, Nerde. I'm more than capable enough to speak for myself.
Maybe you should tell me more about your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel.
I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Nerde. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad and get to some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by this interaction with Ashley, you take out a spell book and recover from yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Wow! That's that book! It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of a surefire way to find out. You open the book covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency. It says around the edge of the page. I could use the spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus on the upcoming final exam. That's way drastic! Couldn't you do something else, like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, maybe it is drastic, but despite desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got the memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you. It's pretty good excuse to try it out.